Hello and welcome to Prepress for Graphic Designers. My name is Calvin and I'm going to be your host for today's episode. I have been a Prepress tech for almost 25 years now, and this is the best folder structure that I've come across. First, we're going to create a builds folder, then a client folder, a fonts folder, a previous folder, and approves folder, and finally a to print folder. The builds folder will contain any modified client files or files that you built. Be sure to put any modified links in the links or placed subfolder. Your client folder will have an additional subfolder with the date that you download the client files. Personally, I prefer to make the names consistent and use the 2 digits for month and 2 for the day. This helps to preserve chronological order. The fonts folder will contain any fonts that you use in the setup. They're a lot easier to find here than in a string of subfolders. The previous folder will contain any of the files that you have to do backups of. So if you're going to make any changes at all to a file or a client sends you a new file, you'll place the previous files here. The proof folder will contain the proof files. I always have an InDesign file and a PDF file in here, and usually a print slip or some type of work order. Then I'll build a placed for proof folder in here as well to differentiate it from a placed folder in the builds folder. You can have a generic to_print folder, or you can create a folder for each individual printer or cutter that you're going to send your files to for that project. That pretty much creates the basic folder structure for all of the projects that I work on. Now I would like to go over the naming conventions. We have to ask ourselves, why should I have a specific naming structure for my files? There are many ways that it helps. Number one, it helps you to stay organized, and that will save you time. It makes the readability of the file names easier. It reduces the chances of you making mistakes. It improves SEO on files that are uploaded to websites. It's also easier to communicate with clients. Number 6 is it's easier to work with other people. Number 7, it's easier to search through your files and folders. And finally, number 8, it increases your professionalism as a graphic designer or prepress technician. So when you're creating your names, you need to be as concise as possible. Shorter names are faster to scan, and they're easier to type when communicating with other people. This works well with the folder structure we discussed earlier in this video. So the naming that I use is a work order number, a lowercase letter designating which file it is, a version number, an underscore, the client name or abbreviations of the client, another underscore, a brief description of the project, another underscore, and then the size. I specifically use the width by the height in inches, and then add a dot and then whatever extension it is. A good example is the following file name: 654A1 underscore John Doe underscore birthday banner underscore 120 by 96.pdf. If the client asks for a change, we do a save as and name the new file 654A2 underscore John Doe underscore birthday banner underscore 120 by 96.pdf. Then I move the original file, the 654A1, over to the previous folder. There are a few things that I stay away from. Number 1, don't name files that only change by an uppercase or lowercase. This is mainly an issue on Linux machines and possibly certain NAS servers. Number 2 is don't use generic terms such as fix or fixed, edited, final, or new. Number 3, don't use special characters such as ampersand, percentage, @symbol, or slash. I prefer to use underscores. Some of these precautions seem fairly irrelevant, but it's better to have a naming convention that will work on different types of operating systems and servers. The transition will be a little difficult in the beginning, but it will be worth it in the long run. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. and have a great day.